Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Old Quarter Dollar USA. In today's exciting video, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare and valuable United States quarter dollar coins. From legendary American coin history and iconic coin designs to hidden treasures worth thousands, and sometimes even millions, of dollars, this episode is packed with amazing discoveries for coin collectors and investors everywhere. We'll explore rare P, D, and S mint mark quarters, stunning gold-colored coins, beautiful rainbow-toned error coins, vintage silver quarters, and shocking coin values hiding in ordinary pocket change. Some old dirty condition coins that people ignore every day could actually be worth a small fortune. Whether you are a beginner collector or a serious investor, this video will show you some of the most expensive and ultra-rare quarter-dollar coins ever discovered in America. So before you spend your old coins, stay tuned until the end because you might already have a rare treasure in your hands. The 1966 quarter dollar from the United States of America is one of the most interesting coins in modern American history. This famous 25-cent coin belongs to the Washington Quarter Series, a coin collection loved by millions of collectors around the world. The coin carries the portrait of America's first president, George Washington, on the front side. Above the portrait, the word Liberty is proudly written, while the year 1966 appears below the image. On the reverse side of the coin, the American bald eagle spreads its wings with strength and pride, holding arrows and olive branches, symbolizing both military power and peace. The words United States of America and quarter dollar surround the eagle design, while the phrase E pluribus unum appears above the eagle. This coin was produced during an important time in American coin history because the United States Mint removed mint marks from coins between 1965 and 1967 to stop people from hoarding coins for profit. That is why the 1966 quarter has no mint mark, even though it may have been made in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco facilities. The absence of a mint mark makes many beginners think their coin is rare, but in reality millions of these quarters were produced for everyday circulation across America. The 1966 Washington quarter was made with a copper-nickel clad composition instead of the older 90% silver used before 1965. The rising price of silver forced the United States government to change coin materials, and the 1966 quarter became part of this historic transition. The outer layers of the coin contain 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper center. The coin weighs about 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. Its reeded edge contains 119 tiny ridges around the sides. Although the coin no longer contains silver, it still maintained the classic Washington quarter appearance that Americans recognized instantly. Coin collectors often study the details of Washington's hair, the sharpness of the eagle feathers, and the shine of the coin surface to determine its condition and value. Coins found in pocket change are usually worn because they circulated for decades, while uncirculated examples stored in coin rolls or mint sets can appear bright and attractive even today. The story behind the Washington Quarter Series began in 1932 during the celebration of the 200th birthday anniversary of George Washington. Sculptor John Flanagan created the famous design that remained on quarters for many decades. By 1966, the design had already become one of the most recognizable images in American coinage history. During the mid-1960s, the United States faced a major coin shortage because people were saving silver coins and speculators believed old coins would become valuable. As a result, Congress passed the Coinage Act of 1965, which removed silver from quarters and dimes. The 1966 quarter therefore represents an important turning point in American economic and numismatic history. Many collectors enjoy owning this coin because it marks the end of the silver era and the beginning of modern clad coinage. Even though ordinary 1966 quarters are common, some special varieties and errors can be worth much more money. Collectors search for double die errors, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and coins struck on wrong metal blanks. A 1966 quarter with strong doubling in the lettering or date may attract serious collector interest. Coins with dramatic mint errors can sometimes sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on rarity and condition. Another valuable category includes high-grade uncirculated coins certified by professional grading companies. Coins graded MS 66, MS 67, or higher are much harder to find because most 1966 quarters entered circulation immediately and became worn. Proof-like surfaces, strong luster, and minimal scratches can greatly increase the value of a coin. Collectors also inspect the coin edge because silver quarters show a solid silver edge, while clad quarters reveal a copper-colored stripe in the middle. Since all normal 1966 quarters are clad, discovering one struck on a silver planchet would be extremely rare and valuable. Today, the normal circulated value of a 1966 quarter is usually around 25 cents to a few dollars depending on condition. Uncirculated examples may sell for higher prices, especially those with brilliant luster and sharp details. Error coins and certified high-grade examples can command impressive prices at auctions. Many YouTube coin hunters and collectors enjoy searching through bankrolls hoping to discover rare varieties or unusual mint mistakes. The coin remains popular because it combines history, affordability, and the excitement of treasure hunting. Beginners often start collecting Washington quarters because they are easy to find and each year tells a different story about American history. The 1966 quarter without mint mark reminds collectors of a unique period when the United States Mint tried to stop coin hoarding and stabilize the nation's economy. More than half a century later, this small 25-cent coin continues to attract attention from collectors, investors, historians, and coin enthusiasts around the world. Next, top 2. The 1967 quarter dollar from the United States of America is one of the most famous coins of the modern Washington quarter series. This coin represents an important chapter in American coin history because it was produced during a time of major changes in the United States mint system. The front side of the coin features the portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, facing left. Above his portrait appears the word Liberty, while the year 1967 is displayed below. On the reverse side, the powerful American bald eagle spreads its wings while holding arrows and olive branches, symbols of national defense and peace. Around the eagle are the inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollar, while the Latin phrase E pluribus unum is written above the eagle. The coin has no mint mark, which often surprises collectors and beginners. Between 1965 and 1967, the United States Mint intentionally removed mint marks from coins to discourage hoarding and speculation during the nationwide coin shortage. Even though the coins were struck at Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco facilities, no mint mark appeared on the quarter. The 1967 Washington quarter was made using a copper-nickel clad composition instead of the older 90% silver composition used before 1965. This change happened because silver prices increased dramatically during the 1960s, making silver coins too expensive for daily circulation. The United States government passed the Coinage Act of 1965, which removed silver from dimes and quarters. As a result, the 1967 quarter became part of the first generation of modern clad American coins. The outer layers of the coin contain 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. Along the edge are small reeds, which are tiny ridges originally designed to prevent people from shaving precious metal from silver coins. Although the 1967 quarter no longer contains silver, the traditional reeded edge design remained. When looking closely at the edge of the coin, collectors can see a copper-colored stripe in the center, showing its clad metal structure. The Washington Quarter series itself began in 1932 to celebrate the 200th birthday anniversary of George Washington. Sculptor John Flanagan designed the famous portrait that appeared on quarters for decades. By 1967, the design had already become one of the most recognizable symbols in American coinage. During the mid-1960s, Americans started saving silver coins because they believed the metal value would rise. This caused severe shortages of coins in circulation, forcing the United States Mint to produce billions of clad coins quickly. The government hoped removing mint marks would stop collectors from hoarding coins based on mint location. The 1967 quarter therefore represents not only a piece of currency but also an important historical solution to America's coin shortage crisis. Millions of these coins entered circulation, passing through stores, banks, restaurants, and vending machines across the country. Even today, many people still find 1967 quarters in circulation or hidden inside old jars and collections. Collectors often examine 1967 quarters carefully because some rare errors and varieties can be very valuable. Certain double die errors show doubling in the date or lettering. Other error coins include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, and coins struck on incorrect metal blanks. These mint mistakes can increase the coin's value significantly. Some 1967 quarters with dramatic errors have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auctions. Another important factor is condition. Coins in heavily circulated condition are usually worth only face value or slightly more, but uncirculated coins with strong mint luster and minimal marks are much more desirable. Professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC certify coins and assign grades ranging from poor condition to perfect mint state. High-grade examples like MS 66 or MS 67 are much rarer because most 1967 quarters were used heavily in daily commerce. Collectors also enjoy searching for coins with proof-like surfaces or exceptional eye appeal. Special mint set versions from 1967 were produced with higher quality finishes, giving the coins sharper details and smoother surfaces compared to normal circulation strikes. Today, the 1967 no-mint mark quarter remains popular among collectors because it represents the transition from silver coinage to modern-clad coinage in the United States. Ordinary circulated examples are common and usually worth around 25 cents to a few dollars depending on condition. However, uncirculated coins, rare errors, and exceptional certified grades can be worth much more. Coin roll hunters and treasure seekers continue searching through bank rolls hoping to discover valuable varieties hidden among ordinary coins. The coin is also loved by history enthusiasts because it reflects a fascinating moment when the United States government changed the nation's coin system during economic challenges. More than 50 years later, the 1967 Washington quarter still tells the story of American history, economic change, and the enduring legacy of George Washington on United States coinage. Next top 3. The 1971 D. Washington quarter dollar from the United States of America is an important coin in the long-running Washington quarter series. This coin carries the famous portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, on the front side. Above Washington's head appears the word Liberty, while the national motto, In God We Trust, is placed to the left of the portrait. The year 1971 is shown below the bust, and the small D mint mark appears near the date, showing that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint in Colorado. On the reverse side of the coin is the classic heraldic eagle design created by sculptor John Flanagan. The eagle spreads its wings while holding arrows and olive branches, representing both military readiness and peace. Above the eagle appears the Latin phrase, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one. Around the edge of the reverse are the words, United States of America, and quarter dollar. This design remained on Washington quarters from 1932 until the state quarters program began in 1999, making the 1971 D quarter part of one of the most recognizable coin designs in American history. The 1971 D quarter was produced during the modern-clad coinage era of the United States Mint. Unlike quarters made before 1965, this coin does not contain silver. Instead, it is made from a copper-nickel-clad composition consisting of outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. Its edge contains fine reeds, which are the small ridges around the side of the coin. These ridges were originally created to prevent people from shaving precious metal from silver coins, but they remained even after silver was removed from circulation coins. If collectors look carefully at the edge of a 1971 D quarter, they can see the copper-colored stripe in the middle, proving the coin's clad composition. During the early 1970s, millions of these quarters circulated throughout the United States and became part of everyday commerce in stores, vending machines, banks, and restaurants. Because so many were produced, the 1971 D quarter remains relatively common today, but high-quality examples still attract collector interest. The history of the Washington Quarter series began in 1932 when the United States honored the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington. Sculptor John Flanagan designed the portrait that would become one of the most famous images in American coinage. By 1971, the quarter had already become deeply connected to American daily life. The Denver Mint, represented by the D mint mark, was one of the major facilities responsible for producing circulating coinage for the western United States. During 1971, the Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of Washington quarters to meet the country's growing demand for coins. The economy was changing rapidly during this era, and the United States Mint focused on producing durable clad coins that could survive years of circulation. Many Americans used these quarters for parking meters, public telephones, laundromats, and vending machines, making the coin an essential part of daily transactions. Because of this heavy use, many surviving examples today show wear, scratches, and fading details from decades of circulation. Collectors enjoy studying the 1971 D quarter because certain varieties and mint errors can be worth much more than ordinary examples. Error coins may include double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, or coins struck on incorrect metal blanks. Some rare examples with dramatic mint mistakes have sold for impressive prices at auctions. Collectors also pay close attention to condition. A heavily circulated coin may only be worth face value, while bright uncirculated coins with strong mint luster can sell for much higher prices. Professional grading companies such as PCGS and NGC assign grades that help determine the coin's market value. Coins graded MS 65, MS 66, or higher are especially desirable because they are difficult to find with minimal contact marks and excellent eye appeal. Another feature collectors examine is strike quality. Some 1971 D quarters show weakly struck details in Washington's hair or the eagle feathers, while sharper examples are considered more attractive. Coin roll hunters often search through large quantities of quarters hoping to find high-grade specimens or unusual mint errors hidden among ordinary circulation coins. Today, the 1971 D Washington quarter remains a favorite among collectors because it represents an important era in modern American coinage. While most circulated examples are worth only 25 cents, uncirculated coins and rare mint errors can bring much higher prices. The coin also serves as a historical reminder of the transition from silver coinage to modern-clad currency in the United States. Many collectors build complete Washington quarter sets that include coins from every year and mint mark combination, making the 1971 D quarter an essential piece of the series. More than 50 years after its release, this quarter continues to attract attention from coin enthusiasts, historians, investors, and treasure hunters around the world. Its combination of American history, classic design, and collectible potential ensures that the 1971 D Washington quarter will remain an important part of United States numismatic history for generations to come. Next, top 4. The 1974 Washington quarter dollar from the United States of America is a well-known coin from the long-running Washington quarter series. This coin carries the famous image of George Washington, the first president of the United States, on the obverse or front side. Above Washington's portrait appears the word Liberty, while the national motto, "In God We Trust," is placed to the left side of the portrait. The date, 1974, appears below the bust. Because this particular coin has no mint mark, it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. During the 1970s, Philadelphia quarters normally carried no mint mark, making it easy for collectors to identify them. On the reverse side of the coin appears the traditional eagle design created by sculptor John Flanagan. The bald eagle spreads its wings proudly while holding arrows and olive branches, symbols of military strength and peace. Above the eagle appears the Latin phrase, E pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one. Around the border are the inscriptions, United States of America, and quarter dollar. This design remained one of the most recognized coin designs in the United States for many decades before the introduction of the State Quarter Series in 1999. The 1974 quarter was made using the modern copper-nickel clad composition introduced after the Coinage Act of 1965. Unlike quarters minted before 1965, the 1974 version contains no silver. Instead, the coin is composed of outer layers made from 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. Its edge is reeded, containing many small ridges around the side. Originally, reeds were designed to prevent precious metal theft from silver coins, but they continued to be used even after silver disappeared from circulating quarters. If someone looks carefully at the edge of a 1974 quarter, they can see the orange-brown copper stripe in the center, clearly showing the clad structure. Millions of these quarters were produced for everyday circulation, making them one of the most common coins used in American commerce during the 1970s. They were commonly used in vending machines, parking meters, laundromats, telephones, restaurants, and stores throughout the country. The Washington Quarter Series itself began in 1932 to celebrate the anniversary of George Washington. Sculptor John Flanagan designed the original artwork that remained on the coin for decades. By 1974, the quarter had become deeply connected to everyday American life. The Philadelphia Mint played a major role in producing circulating coins for the eastern United States, and because the mint did not use a mint mark during that period, collectors recognize Philadelphia quarters by the absence of a letter near the date. The 1974 quarter was produced during a period of economic challenges in America, including inflation and rising metal costs. Even though these quarters were produced in huge numbers, they remain historically important because they represent the era of modern clad coinage that replaced the old silver coin system. Many Americans who grew up during the 1970s handled these quarters daily, making them nostalgic pieces of history today. Collectors continue to search for rare 1974 quarter varieties and mint errors because some examples can be surprisingly valuable. Error coins may include double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, and coins struck on incorrect metal blanks. Some double die varieties show noticeable doubling in the lettering or date, increasing collector interest and market value. Certain dramatic errors have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on rarity and condition. Condition is extremely important when determining the value of a 1974 quarter. Most circulated coins show wear from years of use, including scratches, dull surfaces, and faded details. However, uncirculated examples with strong mint luster and sharp details are more desirable to collectors. Professional grading companies such as PCGS and NGC examine coins carefully and assign grades based on preservation quality. Coins graded or higher are harder to find because many 1974 quarters entered circulation immediately after production. Collectors also look for coins with attractive toning, proof-like surfaces, or exceptional strike quality. Coin roll hunters often search through bank rolls hoping to discover valuable varieties or high-grade coins hidden among ordinary circulation pieces. Today, the 1974 no-mint Mark Washington quarter remains a popular collectible for both beginners and experienced numismatists. Ordinary circulated examples are generally worth face value, about 25 cents, but uncirculated coins, certified high-grade examples, and rare errors may sell for much higher amounts. The coin serves as an important reminder of America's transition into the clad coinage era after silver was removed from everyday circulating coins. Many collectors enjoy building complete Washington quarter collections that include coins from every year and mint location, making the 1974 Philadelphia issue an essential part of the series. More than 50 years after its release, the 1974 quarter continues to attract attention from collectors, historians, investors, and coin enthusiasts around the world. Its connection to American history, its classic design featuring George Washington, and the excitement of searching for rare varieties ensure that this small 25-cent coin will remain an important and fascinating part of United States numismatic history for generations to come. Next, Top 5. The 1977 D. Washington Quarter Dollar from the United States of America is a classic coin from the long-running Washington Quarter series. This famous 25-cent coin features the portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States, on the obverse or front side. Above Washington's portrait appears the word Liberty, while the phrase, "In God We Trust," is placed to the left side of the portrait. The year, 1977, appears below the bust, and beside the date is the small D mint mark, which shows that this quarter was struck at the Denver Mint in Colorado. On the reverse side appears the traditional heraldic eagle design created by sculptor John Flanagan. The bald eagle spreads its wings proudly while holding arrows and olive branches, representing America's strength and desire for peace. Above the eagle appears the Latin phrase, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one. Around the reverse border are the words, United States of America, and quarter dollar. This classic design remained on Washington quarters for many decades and became one of the most recognized coin designs in American history before the state quarters program replaced it in 1999. The 1977 D quarter belongs to the modern clad coinage era of the United States Mint. Unlike quarters minted before 1965, this coin does not contain silver. It is made from a copper-nickel clad composition with outer layers consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. The coin weighs about 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. Around the edge are many tiny ridges called reeds. These reeded edges were originally created to stop people from shaving valuable silver from older coins, but the design remained even after silver was removed from circulation coins. If someone examines the edge carefully, they can see a copper-colored stripe in the center, proving that the coin contains a copper core. During the late 1970s, these quarters were heavily used in daily American life for vending machines, parking meters, telephone booths, laundromats, and small purchases in stores. Millions of these coins circulated throughout the country, making them one of the most common pieces of American currency during the era. The Washington Quarter series first began in 1932 during the celebration of the 200th birthday anniversary of George Washington. Sculptor John Flanagan designed the famous portrait and eagle artwork that remained on the coin for generations. By 1977, the Washington Quarter had already become deeply connected to American culture and everyday commerce. The Denver Mint, represented by the D mint mark, played a major role in producing circulating coinage for the western United States. In 1977, the Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of Washington quarters to meet the country's demand for circulating coins. Because so many were produced, most 1977 D quarters found today are common and affordable. However, the coin remains historically interesting because it reflects the economic conditions and coin production methods of the 1970s. Many Americans who lived during that period remember using these quarters daily, making them nostalgic pieces of history for collectors today. Coin collectors often study the 1977 D quarter carefully because some rare mint errors and high-grade examples can be valuable. Error coins may include double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and coins struck on incorrect metal blanks. A dramatic mint error can increase the value of the coin significantly, especially if the error is visually obvious and certified by professional grading services. Some error examples have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auctions. Condition also plays an extremely important role in determining value. Most surviving 1977 D quarters show signs of circulation such as scratches, worn surfaces, faded details, and contact marks. However, coins that remain in mint state condition with bright luster and sharp details are more desirable to collectors. Professional grading companies such as and NGC assign numerical grades based on preservation quality. High-grade examples like or even are harder to find because many coins entered circulation immediately after production. Collectors also search for quarters with attractive toning, proof-like surfaces, or exceptional strike quality. Coin roll hunters continue searching through bankrolls hoping to discover rare varieties or unusually well-preserved examples hidden among ordinary circulation coins. Today, the 1977 D Washington Quarter remains an important collectible for both beginner and advanced coin enthusiasts. Ordinary circulated examples are usually worth face value, around 25 cents, but uncirculated coins, certified high-grade examples, and rare mint errors may command much higher prices. The coin represents an important era in American numismatic history when clad coinage had fully replaced the older silver system. Many collectors enjoy building complete Washington Quarter collections that include every year and mint mark combination, making the 1977 D issue an essential part of the series. More than 4 decades after its release, the 1977 D Quarter continues to attract attention from collectors, historians, investors, and treasure hunters around the world. Its classic design, historical significance, and connection to George Washington ensure that this small 25-cent coin will remain a fascinating and valuable part of United States coin collecting history for many generations to come. Next, Top 6. The 1984 D Washington Quarter Dollar from the United States of America is a popular modern American coin that belongs to the famous Washington Quarter series. This quarter carries the portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States, on the obverse or front side. Above Washington's portrait appears the word Liberty, while the national motto, In God We Trust, is positioned to the left of the portrait. The year 1984 is shown below the image, and beside the date appears the small D mint mark, showing that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint in Colorado. On the reverse side appears the traditional eagle design created by sculptor John Flanagan. The American bald eagle spreads its wings proudly while holding arrows and olive branches, symbols of military strength and peace. Above the eagle appears the Latin phrase, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one. Around the reverse border are the words, United States of America, and quarter dollar. This classic reverse design remained on Washington quarters from 1932 until 1998 before the State Quarter Series introduced new state-themed designs in 1999. The 1984 D quarter was produced during the modern-clad coinage era of the United States Mint. Unlike quarters minted before 1965, this coin contains no silver. Instead, it is made from a copper-nickel-clad composition. The outer layers are made from 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. Its edge is reeded, containing many tiny ridges around the side. These reeds were originally used on silver coins to prevent precious metal theft, but they remained part of the design even after silver was removed from regular circulation coinage. When viewed from the side, the 1984 D quarter clearly shows a copper-colored stripe through the center, revealing its clad metal structure. During the 1980s, quarters were among the most heavily used coins in America, commonly used for vending machines, arcade games, parking meters, laundromats, telephones, and everyday purchases. Millions of these quarters circulated throughout the country, making them an important part of American daily life during that decade. The Washington Quarter series began in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday anniversary of George Washington. Sculptor John Flanagan designed the original artwork, which became one of the most recognized images in United States coinage history. By 1984, the Washington Quarter had already been circulating for more than 50 years. The Denver Mint, represented by the D mint mark, was one of the major coin-producing facilities in the United States. In 1984, the Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of quarters to satisfy the nation's growing need for circulating currency. Because these coins were produced in such large numbers, most circulated examples are common today. However, collectors still enjoy the 1984 D quarter because it represents the style and economy of the 1980s, a period marked by rapid technological growth and major economic changes in America. Many people who grew up during the 1980s remember using these quarters daily in stores, shopping malls, arcade centers, and public machines, making the coin nostalgic for many collectors today. Coin collectors carefully study the 1984 D quarter because some rare varieties and mint errors can be valuable. Error coins may include double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, die cracks, and coins struck on incorrect metal blanks. One famous variety connected to 1980s quarters is the doubled ear variety found on certain Washington quarters, where extra doubling appears near Washington's ear and hair details. Collectors often inspect coins carefully under magnification to search for such unusual features. A dramatic mint error or rare variety can increase the coin's value significantly, with some examples selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Condition is also extremely important. Most surviving 1984 D quarters show wear from circulation, including scratches, dull surfaces, and faded details. However, coins preserved in uncirculated condition with strong luster and sharp details are much more desirable. Professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC assign numerical grades based on preservation quality. High-grade examples like MS-65, MS-66, or higher are more difficult to find because coins often received contact marks during production and circulation. Collectors also search for attractive toning, proof-like surfaces, and exceptional strike quality. Coin roll hunters continue examining bankrolls and old collections hoping to discover rare errors or high-grade examples hidden among ordinary quarters. Today, the 1984 D Washington Quarter remains an important collectible in American numismatics. Most circulated examples are worth only face value, around 25 cents, but uncirculated pieces, certified high-grade examples, and rare error coins can be worth far more. Many collectors enjoy assembling complete Washington quarter sets that include every year and mint mark combination, making the 1984 D issue an essential part of the series. The coin also represents an important period in modern American history, reflecting the widespread use of clad coinage and the economic environment of the 1980s. More than 40 years after its release, the 1984 D quarter continues to attract collectors, investors, historians, and treasure hunters around the world. Its connection to American history, its iconic design featuring George Washington, and the excitement of discovering valuable mint errors ensure that this small 25-cent coin remains a fascinating and respected part of United States coin collecting history.